Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. Today, let's talk about important transits happening in the month of September. Our major focus, our major emphasis is on the Pisces Virgo axis. Why? Because there's a lot happening in these two signs. In Pisces, we have a full moon, we do have a partial lunar eclipse. In Virgo, we already have Venus, which is undergoing debilitation. It's along with Ketu, and very soon Sun will join Ketu in Virgo as well. So, yep, this axis is so power packed, full of action, and we need to see how it's working for you as per your ascendant or the moon sign. So, now let's look at the screen, let's see the other transits, and then we'll talk about each and every sign. For Aries, in the month of September, Sun Ketu in the 6th house, and you have a partial lunar eclipse in the 12th house in the Virgo Pisces axis. This is a time when you must retreat, you must take a break. I'm not saying it's a physical break because you might be very busy at this time, but it's a retreat from what others are thinking about you, what are they saying about you. If you're facing any competition, I think it's a very good time to trust yourself, trust your identity, your work, who you are, because the competition, the challenges, the people you are facing at this time, these people are more like they are taking you away from your very own self, that kind of criticism you might be dealing with. So I think with the partial lunar eclipse in Pisces in your 12th house, there should be a great sense of control over your thought process, your ideas, and any kind of confusion or fear you're going through. Don't let that emotion rule over you. Don't let that emotion have a good control over you. And I think it's a very good time if you want to just sit back and focus on different ideas, whatever skill you have, like having some time to take care of your life, to take care of the important things you have, whether it's your skill, whether it's your assets, anything. Just sit and see how can you manage things. You don't have to be in a literal action or urgency that I have to finish this or do that, but to sit back and just figure out things in this month. And Mars will be in Gemini in your 3rd house. This is bringing the courage to speak up. This is bringing the courage to say your truth, to speak what is important for you. Mars rules over your 1st house. So when it transits from Gemini, that is your 3rd house, it brings you a lot of power and command, not just over your speech and your communication, but your ability to confront and do your daily work, or confronting people, or anything which is about, it requires strength. You're going to do that wonderfully. You're very courageous this month. You're already courageous with Mars ruling the 1st house or having moon in Aries, but Mars enhances your ability to speak up and, being bold to take a step to move forward in whatever work you want to. Mercury is in the 5th house in Leo till 23rd of September, and then it goes into Virgo in the 6th house. Mercury brings moments of fun, moments of celebration, moments of spending time with friends, important people, networking, and it really helps you a lot. So, on one hand, there is criticism, but on the other hand, you will find moments of joy, maybe all alone doing something you like, a hobby, or moments of celebration with certain people, friends, and it will be very light-hearted. Venus right now, it's debilitated. It will stay in Virgo till 18th of September, and then it moves into your 7th house. So till 18th of September, you can expect struggles in the love life, struggles in your collaborations and partnerships, where you feel that the other person is not doing enough justice to you. Whatever you are doing, it's not being reciprocated. But after 18th of September, love, partnerships, any kind of business, it gets back into a very good phase. For Taurus, the first house ruler, Venus, is in Virgo. It's along with Ketu. So your first house lord is debilitated in the fifth house. It's certainly not a very easy transit because you may feel a bit dissatisfied in your important relationships, connections. Wherever there is the need of love and reciprocation, you feel things are challenging, and more than anything else, somewhere there is a thought process that maybe you are at a mistake, or you are not doing enough for other people. Maybe it's a kind of a destiny that, okay, this is happening to me, this is what is meant for me. There is self criticism coming through this debilitation of Venus, and that too it joins Ketu in Virgo. Feeling insufficient when it comes to love, or feeling that you are not very, I would say, a good person somewhere. You feel that you're not lovable. So that's a very wrong feeling you have for yourself, because this is the house of celebration, this is the house of love, emotional stability, and you're not very loving towards yourself at this moment. For most of the people, I feel so. But this same transit brings a lot of healing, because very soon the sun will join Ketu as well in the fifth house this month. So it is about looking into yourself with good clarity, not looking at yourself through the eyes of other people, but looking at yourself for who you truly are. Knowledge of self, knowing your power, that is a very significant aspect of this transit. And if you have children or you're into some creative work, it is difficult to reap the complete benefit of what you are doing. You are doing your best, but you don't see that change or result. It's okay, you have to wait for some time, but you will see that reciprocation when Venus goes into Libra. um, After 18th of September, you will see success in whatever work you are doing, creative work, any kind of, even your professional work, you will see success. There's a partial lunar eclipse happening in Pisces in your 11th house, and Sun Ketu in the 5th house in Virgo. A lot is happening with respect to this axis this month. The partial lunar eclipse is indicating again how much can you wait for something to grow. You're giving your entire power, you are nurturing something in your life. How much can you wait? How much your emotions can be in balance? How much you can be in flow with life and wait for the best time to reap the fruit of your hard work? So that patience is important, and this eclipse does indicate some kind of wait is happening in order to accomplish a desire, a wish needs to be fulfilled here, and it will come true. But how much can you wait without getting bothered? That is the theme of this partial lunar eclipse. And you have Mars and Gemini in the second house. This is leading to some disappointment from family members, because in your chart Mars rules the 12th house. It sits in the second house in Gemini. So it is leading to arguments with respect to some family matters, property matters, or it could be even problems connected to your ENT system, inflammation, health issues may happen. And Mercury, for most of the time, it will be in your fourth house in Leo, and then it will move into Virgo after 23rd of September. So Mercury in fourth house Leo, it shows you're going to be very active towards your domestic front. You are doing a lot of different things to, I would say, make changes at your home, to reorganize something. You are also focusing a lot on short distance travel or short distance journeys. You want to create some stability, you want to create something important for your home, for your people, and for that a lot of travel is happening. Mercury and Sun, they will create that exchange of signs this month. So 5th and 4th, what makes you happy, what makes you happy and comfortable, safe and secure, a lot of focus on those activities. For Gemini, you have Mars in your first house this month. So you will be in the angry bird mode, getting angry over small issues, getting impulsive. There's a lot of agitation. Emotionally, you feel very vulnerable. You will quickly react to every single thing happening around you. And physically also, you're constantly, doing something, whether it's your work, whether it's your home. You are constantly in some kind of activity. Though Mars in Gemini can bring certain struggles with respect to health, especially related to your head and neck, but still this is pushing you to constantly be in some kind of work, constantly doing something. You want to keep yourself busy, so you are very busy this month. And don't try to get into arguments. Don't get into other people's battles and arguments. That will really be very challenging for you. When you are in charge of your own battles, it's great, but don't take other people's problems on you, at least for this month, because Mars also rules your 6th house. And there's a partial lunar eclipse happening in your 10th house. All right. And the Sun Ketu will be in Virgo in the 4th house. This partial lunar eclipse in Pisces in your 10th house is clearly indicating there is something, an idea with respect to work or a project, a goal, which comes into full glory, like it reaches to its peak. And you are waiting for this moment to have that focus, to have that good ability to pursue that work. And despite of the challenges, despite of some kind of inner agitation, emotional agitation, you're reaching to a point of completion. You're reaching to a point, even it's not completion, it's not full success, but you are doing very well despite of, I think there is more of internal struggle, because it's a partial lunar eclipse in Pisces, and the Jupiter is right now in your 12th house in Taurus. You're giving your best shot. And even if it's not your work or profession, 10th house is in general your actions in life. So there might be some inner hesitation. It could be related to anything. You will overcome that hesitation and you will take the action. For a lot of people, it is also closing of a cycle, emotional cycle, which is helping you to go forward in life, getting rid of a certain experience, something fading away so that you can start again. So that is happening, which is a good news. And Venus is debilitated in Virgo right now in your fourth house. And this is a transit where you're trying to find a place which can give you a sense of comfort. See, fourth house is the mind, and constantly you are reminding yourself, or something else is reminding you of some kind of injustice, someone or something being very unfair to you. So it's not about finding a place which is secure and comfortable for you, but finding a state of mind where you feel comfortable, you feel secure and safe. That's why I was telling you, with the Venus in debilitation in the fourth house, and Sun will join Ketu here as well in this month, and then a partial lunar eclipse in the 10th house in Pisces, a lot of healing with respect to the fourth house is happening. Let go of a certain situation, a memory, let go of a certain emotion is important, and the 10th house gets better. You move one step forward, even 10 steps forward from a certain situation. Something which looked like impossible, it is happening. You are clearing away lots and lots of doubts and challenges. So Venus in Virgo till 18th of September, it's not easy because it rules your 12th house, and it's in the fourth house. So unexpected expenditures may happen with respect to certain utilities you have at your home, spending a lot on repairing something, that may happen. But when Sun reaches to the second house, it joins Ketu here, it brings a period of rest. Even if you're not taking rest with intention, you will be given rest. You may go through some health issue, you may go through some situation where you will try to retreat and take some rest, take a break, and then get back into action. A lot of physical healing is required for you. You might have drained yourself already, or you may drain yourself in this month physically. Mercury in Leo in the third house till 23rd of September. Mercury brings, because it's your first lord, so Mercury brings a lot of positivity here. Mercury brings the ability to see things with joy and excitement. You're very excited for every single thing. So Mercury brings clarity. Mercury is bringing the ability to pursue your goals in a very great manner. Your mind is really, running at a great speed and fulfilling your different tasks very easily. And Venus will go into Libra after 18th of September in the fifth house. This brings love. This brings love into your life. Not just the romantic love, but in general. Loving what you are doing, celebrating yourself. Venus brings a lot of excitement and balance in many aspects of life. For Cancer, we have to see what Moon is doing this month. Well, it's a partial lunar eclipse in Pisces in the month of September, and it's happening in your ninth house. And this is leading to a very unexpected journey to a beautiful spiritual place. Some kind of awakening happens here. That eureka moment. Oh my god, this was the meaning. Why this happened? This is the meaning. This is the reason it happened. Oh, finding your answers, finding a solution, something important, a very important piece of information, guidance coming to you, or travel is happening. It could be related to either meeting significant people, your friends or your family, or it's a spiritual travel, definitely, because you also have Mars 12 places away in Gemini, so there is definitely some kind of travel. And when you travel, you may see some difficulties, maybe related to health, maybe some over expenditure may happen, but indeed there is travel. And this partial lunar eclipse in the ninth house in Pisces also shows some changes with respect to your learning process. If you are a student, or maybe you are in a profession, you're not a student, but still you need some kind of upgrade in your skills, some kind of training for a short period of time. So if you're a student, something significant is happening with respect to your learning process, your education, maybe some kind of exam, or there is something you have to prepare for it. It could be a project. So a lot of focus towards that. And if you are in a profession, I think there is some upgrade which is required, and it is happening at this time. And then we have Sun, Ketu in Virgo. We also have Venus in Virgo this month in your third house. Venus is debilitated. Your fourth and your 11th Lord is debilitated in the third house till 18th of September. So Venus shows some dissatisfaction with the work you are doing, whatever efforts you are putting into your work, and whether it's a relationship, your efforts towards someone or something, or your work, it's not being reciprocated. You are facing criticism in a connection. You're facing criticism at the work front. Whatever you're doing, it's not enough. Or whatever effort you're putting into something, you don't see that rapid growth at this time. Because remember, Venus here is with Ketu. Venus is not alone. So some kind of let go needs to happen. Whatever is bothering you, wherever you feel that there's not enough reciprocation, or you are being criticized, rather than punishing yourself, you have to let go, leave it, and just take care of your own self. So since Venus and Ketu are in Virgo in the third house, which is a very significant house with respect to efforts, taking initiative, you are stopping yourself from taking any initiative for people, for important friends, because you know that whatever you have done for someone or something, it's not bringing you that growth. You feel something is stagnant there. And with Jupiter in Taurus in your 11th house, you are aiming for value. You're aiming for whatever you do, you get the right value with respect to money, you get the right value with respect to the appreciation. So this is what you want. Sun, Ketu together in third house. Sun is the second lord. There is definitely some disconnect. Mercury in Leo in the second house till 23rd of September. then it moves into Virgo. So till between 16th September to 23rd of September, Mercury and Sun, they're exchanging the signs. Mercury in Leo, Sun in Virgo. There is some disconnect from family, some disconnect from other people's expectations, and a lot of healing needs to happen with respect to your courage, your strength. It will happen. And then Venus will go into Libra in the fourth house after 18th of September. This enhances the growth. Whatever you were expecting, the gain, the reciprocation, the growth, the justice, everything is coming into balance. Venus is in Libra, though it is the fourth house, this is the house of moon, but still you will see things getting better. Your more focus is on finding more comfort, finding more happiness through luxury, through getting good things in life, buying good stuff for you, eating good stuff, delicious meals. So it's about taking care of self, pampering yourself. This happens when Venus reaches here in the fourth house. For Leo, you have Mercury in the first house till 23rd of September, and this is making you very cheerful this month. You are very interested in different aspects of your life, not just work or your home, but everything which makes you happy, trying to focus on different activities and trying to utilize your time in a very wonderful manner. Multitasking is definitely happening because you have Mars in Gemini in the 11th house. So 11th house is what? It is about fulfilling your desires, your wishes. It's the work you are doing to expect. You expect something, right? You want to achieve a goal, and all that work going into fulfill that expectation. This is what 11th house is, how you are reaching to that success through your work. So Mars over here shows again a lot of networking, many activities with respect to work. It could also be a lot of movement to complete certain tasks, like you're going to meet a certain friend, you have to travel to a certain place to do a certain business transaction or a deal. So it's a lot with Mars in Gemini and Mercury in Leo in the first house. So 11th lord in the first house, you're very focused towards what makes you happy, and also there is this a list of things you want to do, and you are doing this in the month of September, very active as well. Venus is in Virgo in your second house till 18th of September. It is debilitated, and it is along with Ketu, and Venus rules over the 10th house of profession. So there is some disheartening feeling. Again, I did this and that, and I haven't achieved much. I'm not receiving enough appreciation or respect for what I'm doing. It's not about money. For some people, yes, it could be being dissatisfied with respect to your finances, what you are getting from your work. But since Venus is with Ketu, I think there is more stagnant energy with respect to the happiness, how people are uplifting you, how they are recognizing your work. You're not very happy with the reciprocation of people at the work front, or how people view you through your work, how they value you through your work. That dissatisfaction is there because being a Leo or having moon in Leo, you definitely want that respect, that limelight. Okay, that okay, I'm doing something good, so I need appreciation and respect. That is so significant. And when Sun with Ketu, your first lord, is in the second house, you feel that it's not there. That light is so dim. You may feel a bit dim and drained because of not receiving enough love and respect. It could also be through family. There is some disappointment, argument, conflict in the family life with a father figure or again someone elder. And it's an issue which is not so important. Maybe you are thinking too much. And then Venus will move into third house in Libra on 18th of September. This is a wonderful time. This is leading to a lot of productivity in whatever work you are doing, because Venus is your 10th lord, and it brings the reciprocation. Whatever you are doing, you will get the good results. You will get that love and happiness you want. It will improve the love life as well. And we're also focusing on the partial lunar eclipse, which is happening in your 8th house this month in Pisces. This is about like a rebirth. This partial eclipse is going to change your way of thinking. You will overcome a certain fear. You will overcome a certain mindset which is blocking you from doing your best. Don't let the fear control you at this time. For Virgo, you have Venus in the first house right now. It's under debilitation. It's along with Ketu. And this debilitation of Venus will last up to 18th of September. This is not a very easy time period, not a very easy transit, because it leads to many internal struggles. It is the emotional struggle leading to physical challenges as well, health issues as well. Not a very good transit with respect to your fitness. It demands extensive healing, because somewhere any kind of burden or challenge, even criticism, harshness you have seen in your relationships, in your family life or a partnership, everything is reflecting on you with respect to health. You are in a self-critique mode. If someone was not good with you, if someone is not treating you right, you are also not treating yourself right. You are also giving that harshness to self. So I think you have to heal and you have to come out of this mode of, punishing yourself because others are not, right with you. And then the sun will also reach to your first house, to your 12th lord, reaching to first house in Virgo. It is with Ketu. And from here starts a phase of good healing happening for you. I think the major theme for Virgos is healing. A certain mindset, emotion, it needs to heal so that the physical body heals. Because you will also have your first lord Mercury in the 12th house in Leo till 23rd of September. That's a very long time having your first lord in the 12th house. So it's all about mind, it's all about emotional healing. You will feel disconnected, or you will intentionally disconnect yourself from others so that you can have enough time for self. Now, Mercury also rules your career. Gemini rules your 10th house. So going into 12th house in Leo for a long period of time, it shows I think your mind is working. very fast. You have so many ideas. You have new ways of dealing with your problems at work, problem solving. So I think there's a good support of Mercury because it brings wonderful ideas to take care of your work and your daily life. A lot is happening behind the scenes. There can be some gossip at the work front, there can be some office politics, and you are staying away from it. You're not indulging a lot into any kind of gossip or indulging in what others are saying or doing. There is disconnect with respect to that, and you're focusing on things which you really enjoy, like reading or painting or watching your favorite movie. That kind of joy is definitely there. And you have a partial lunar eclipse in the seventh house this month. It's in Pisces, and the moon rules your 11th house. So for Virgo, this partial lunar eclipse is definitely showing settlement of certain emotions, certain emotional challenges with respect to people. Like if something is not working in a partnership, in a collaboration, you are trying to find your peace. You're trying to just flow with where the river is going. You're not trying to oppose it. Trying to find your peace rather than just getting into the problem and daily dealing with it. You want that peace. You want to take care of self as well. It could also be a new work collaboration for many people. And in 10th house, you have Mars in Gemini. So, yes, you're very super active at the work front. There's a lot of multitasking, there's too much of work for you. So, you'll be busy in the month of September. For Libra, your first house ruler, Venus, is debilitated right now in the 12th house, and it's along with Ketu. So, you're trying to, I think people will say, okay, this is difficult, this is negative. But what I feel for Libra, it's a transit which is life changing. Because whatever bothers you, whatever challenges you, you are in the process of letting it go in a beautiful manner. That realization of how you think, what were you thinking, what ideas you had for something or a certain person, you are acknowledging what is your mistake and what is not your mistake. Maybe till now you are, challenging yourself, punishing yourself for something you're not responsible for. Acknowledging what was wrong, what you did wrong, and what was wrong about other people or situation, and a beautiful way of letting it go. There's something which reaches to its final phase. It's over forever. And for some people, it is about a relationship which is reaching to the very end, like dissolving it. It could also be a certain experience in your life because Venus rules the first house. So it could be a certain experience which was very intense, and now you are finally leaving it behind. A very intense healing is happening for you. And there's a lot happening in your 12th house, where there is not just Venus debilitated along with the Ketu, but within this month, the Sun reaches to Virgo. Sun rules your 11th house. So you know what you want. There's a very good focus in what you want to grow in life, what you want from life, but you're definitely taking some break. A certain period of isolation, seclusion is happening, and you require that to prepare yourself for the next cycle, to prepare yourself for something good. You need a lot of mental and physical strength. And when Venus reaches to Libra on 18th of September, you are in power. You are in full charge of your life. You're doing beautifully with respect to your work. Your relationships are getting better. You're growing yourself. You're looking more and more attractive, beautiful, and you attract very good opportunities as well. For Libra, you also have Jupiter in the 8th house right now in Taurus. There are struggles with family. There are struggles with people who are like family, and you feel stuck because you can't say enough. You cannot make people upset because you truly care for them, but somewhere you're not being valued. So, your value is very important for you right now. And whatever work you are doing, maybe you're not revealing much to others. It could be your health, it could be your looks, it could be your finances. You will see massive expansion in that. It's okay not to share it with others or reveal it with others, but major glow up is happening. Mars in the 9th house in Gemini. This is leading to some struggles because Mars is the seventh lord. So, whatever you are doing along with people, or you're trying to take a new opportunity, you have to put in a lot of efforts. You have to show courage. Sometimes it's not just through love and passion and hard work you are getting things, but sometimes you have to show your warrior side. You have to be a little aggressive, you have to be a little courageous, you have to show your very strong side to get things done. And this is what Mars is demanding. Mars in Gemini and Mercury in Leo in 9th and 11th house access whatever you want. Not just your intelligence and your beauty and your skills are required, but that little aggressive energy is required, that force is required to get things done. And for a lot of no I think for a major period of this month, September, Mercury is in Leo in the 11th house, and Saturn is in the 5th house in Aquarius. So you're meeting your old friends, you're meeting your social circle. There's some kind of celebration or event happening for many of you. Partial lunar eclipse in the 6th house in Pisces, and this is about, again, what I mentioned: healing, overcoming a certain obstacle, competition, or health issue for you. For Scorpio, your first house ruler, Mars in the 8th house in Gemini. This is a time when you have to be very careful what you are saying to others and what are you saying to your own self as well. You don't have to be harsh towards self. You don't have to hurt yourself if something is not working the way you want to. Mars in Gemini, of course, at one point it will transit from the Ardhara Nakshatra. At that very time of the month when Mars is in Ardhara, I have to see when it is. Okay, let me check. So it will transit from Ardhara between 6th of September to 30th September, a long time. So this transit of Mars from Ardhara, you don't have to rush to make things happen, especially in your relationships or your work front. Don't be in a rush. Don't be in this quick mode to take some rash decision, because whatever action you take in that impulse, it hurts you more than anyone else. You have to be careful. And this is also a major transition which happens for you. It could be taking care of your well-being, your health. It could be taking care of your work, your profession, in and in a very simple manner, how you want to transform yourself. There is this rebirth, a big transition happening for Scorpio. You are leaving behind certain habits or certain disappointments. It's a very powerful transformation, and you are transforming into even a more powerful person. All you have to do is to don't let your intensive, impulsive actions destroy things. Don't be in self-destructive mode to in order to react very quickly, because Ardhara is a lot about anger. Mars is about anger. So don't do things in rush or anger. Very significant. And that waiting period you're going through at this time, the chaos you may see, it's leading to beautiful rainbows in your sky. That wait, that surrender is significant. I think this transit is washing out many impurities from your life. Everything is going away, all the negativity. There's a partial lunar eclipse happening in your fifth house in Pisces, and moon rules over the ninth house. Again, it's very transforming, and for Scorpio, more than work or love or important people, I think this month of September is more dedicated to self, dedicated to self empowerment. This is a soul level transformation for Scorpio. Fifth house is about emotional satisfaction, happiness, and then you over here you have a partial lunar eclipse in Pisces. So overcoming a certain mindset, idea, which is very deep rooted in you since you were a kid. That very deep rooted belief is going to change. You're letting go something which blocks you from many, many years, and you will choose happiness. Sun, Ketu in Virgo in the 11th house. Not very satisfied with the people around you, or not happy with people who are in authority at the work front. If you are authority at the work front, then definitely people are not listening to you. Or if you are dealing with someone who is senior, that person is not appreciating your work and your dedication somewhere. And Venus is debilitated for a good time here till 18th of September in your 11th house, and it's with Ketu. So this leads to a massive disconnect, a shift in your social networks, friendships. You're no longer giving much time to people who don't respect you and your love. And then Venus goes into Libra after 18th. It's in your 12th house. So this is leading to a celebration. I won't say that that isolation phase is going to get over. The isolation phase continues here, but you will enjoy your own company. You may have certain people, a very limited circle, and you will have a very good time with them. Venus leads to a lot of intimacy as well in romantic connections, but you're not spending time with a lot of people at this time. You prefer to be in your privacy, you prefer to be in a limited circle at this time. And of course, Venus is leading to many expenditures, taking care of all that luxury and the joy you want. So overspending is happening for you. And of course, Mercury is in your 10th house in Leo. and Saturn aspects the Mercury. So despite of the struggles at the work front, again I do see it with authority, but you will continue to do your work in a very wonderful manner. You'll be very productive as well. For Sagittarius, your first house ruler, Jupiter is all lost in the very dense, enchanted forest of Mrigashira in the sixth house. You are in search of security with respect to work, with respect to your finances. You are looking for a very secure zone with respect to people. You want to have healthy relationships. It's not easy here. Jupiter in Mrigashira, in the nakshatra of Mars, there is opposition from your very own people. And you will succeed in finding safety. You will succeed in finding a place which is much safer emotionally for you. There's too much of work, I know. And then in Pisces, there's a partial lunar eclipse happening in the fourth house. So this is all about being in charge of your emotions. Don't let any heavy emotion take over you at this time. It's a bit dense situation with respect to your emotions and your people, the home. But you will succeed in taking good care of yourself. And there is major emphasis towards home, towards family, towards the place where you live. You want to make it more interesting. Maybe you're trying to decorate your room, your surroundings. You are spending more time with your loved ones. There's a big shift and focus towards the fourth house. For some people, it could be a major decision of leaving home behind and to settle in a different country, a different place, and create a home over there for yourself. Shelter, home, security, or just that emotional security is a very significant aspect for Sagittarius, for that very adventurous aspect of Sagittarius. This is something very different, that you are looking for that home in this time period. And in the 10th house, there is Venus right now with Ketu. Venus is debilitated. Venus is your 11th lord. It's your 6th lord. So that is why it is also increasing that dissatisfaction from people, your friends, your network. Venus also is leading to some kind of criticism because something is not working for you at the work front. You are more harsh on yourself, and this needs to be avoided. You need to let go if any failure happened in the last few months at the work front. Something failed. You were trying your best. You don't have to be harsh on yourself. You don't have to see yourself through that lens of failure. You need to let go some failure. The 10th house is being cleansed with Sun reaching to this house with Ketu in Virgo. It has been cleansed from all kinds of doubts, conflicts, insecurities. This is the phase when everything will end. Any kind of conflict will end, and you renew your ability to work. A renewal happens in your profession. A renewal happens in how you connect with people in society, how they view you through your work. Something ends and something new initiates from here. Mercury in Leo in the 9th house till 23rd September. So 10th Lord transiting 12 places away. So the work progress is slow, or it's not the way you want to. You may change your job, you may change some kind of strategy in your business, because Mercury also rules your business house. And in the business house, there is Mars. 7th and 10th house are so important for your work, for your career, for your partnerships with people in profession and personal partnerships as well. So having Mars in Gemini, and for most of the time it is in Ardhara Nakshatra this month, it's not so great because it leads to that confrontation. In some places, you have to confront people. You don't have to shy away. You don't have to worry a lot to be in good books of some people. You have to confront. You have to speak out the truth, what you expect, what you need to change in your life. You have to face certain people this month. And with the Mercury in the 9th house, there are some good opportunities coming in your way. There is luck, definitely. And there is travel as well, which is enhancing your luck. Then Venus goes into Libra after 18th of September, and this enhances your finances. This enhances your success as well. Like whatever efforts you are putting into your work, in important connections, it will be reciprocated back to you. So this leads to a very positive change after 18th of September. For Capricorn, you have Saturn right now in the 2nd house. It's retrograde. So yes, there is again a major focus on creating a reserve of energy, reserve of a positive mindset, or reserve of finances. You're trying to bring many things together in your life. I think it's a very interesting activity when you work intensely on anything where for the entire day, for many months, you plan and you see everything with great detail, how to take care of this aspect of life. That kind of planning is happening for Capricorn. And you are in a very intense phase of planning, reassessing, and collecting your resources for some kind of financial growth in the future, for a career plan, definitely, and it will work. You have a partial lunar eclipse in the 3rd house in Pisces. 3rd house is very significant this month. 9th house is very significant this month. First, let's talk about the 3rd house, partial lunar eclipse here. And moon rules over the 7th house. This leads to some kind of a new association in business, a work collaboration, a partnership. Maybe it's a contract. You may require assistance at this time. You're taking your initiative and your efforts wonderfully, but there is some support which comes to you, and it is very essential. That support is happening. And also you are getting rid of certain self-limitations, certain thoughts, ideas which are really stopping you. Limiting belief system is there, and you're getting rid of that. And this partial lunar eclipse in the 3rd house is also about learning to trust your decisions, but still be in flow with life. Even if something is not happening as per your plans, you still accept it and you move forward. You know that you will find a way. That kind of faith is significant because you have a lot happening in the 9th house. So faith is something which is very important for Capricorn. Right now there is Venus debilitated in Virgo in the 9th house with Ketu, and Venus rules over your career, 10th house of how people view you through your work. And it also rules the house of happiness, romance. That is your fifth house. So Venus is really bringing a sense of challenge for you. You are thinking about the past, thinking about certain situations with respect to love, friendships, where you blame yourself that it was my mistake. I have invested so much of time with certain people, and maybe in this situation it was not worth it. I knew it from the start, but it's so bad. So with the sun reaching to Virgo in the ninth house this month, it will be with Ketu, and sun is your eighth lord. So this is about fading away of those memories, fading away of that feeling of uh, criticizing self for everything. You have to stop that self-criticism mode at this time. Sun brings revival for Capricorn. It's like a clean slate, and you're starting again by focusing on your work, and the focus is mainly on your spiritual growth, self-awareness, thinking more positive about self, working on your identity. That clean slate is happening, and then you go back to your work, you go back to your daily life. It is getting beautiful. And on 18th of September, Venus reaches to Libra in your 10th house. You will see that transformation. The initial 18 days is about spiritual work, and then after that, there is success in career, success in finances, and a certain goal is being fulfilled with respect to work, and it will make you very happy. And it will bring a lot of respect and appreciation from other people as well. And for Capricorn, it's important to focus on your joy. Jupiter in the fifth house, focus on what makes you happy throughout the day. At least find some time to focus on any activity which really makes you happy. It makes you feel energetic. For Aquarius, your second and eighth house axis is a very important theme in the month of September. There's a partial lunar eclipse happening in Pisces in your second house. This is all about breaking free from certain emotional bonds or connections which are not very healthy for you. Taking care of your mindset, your emotions will become a very important aspect. Prioritizing your own needs, taking care of self is a very significant aspect. Having this lunar eclipse in the second house, that too in a sign of Pisces, is also about the certain areas of life where you may face opposition. You may not like those aspects of your life, but you are learning to thrive and grow with that situation. Instead of going opposite to it, going against it, and wasting your energy, you're learning to be in the moment and thrive and survive. Eighth house is right now occupied by Venus, which is debilitated, and it's along with Ketu. Venus rules the ninth house and the fourth house. This is a tough energy with respect to love, intimacy, emotional intimacy, to be precise. And like for a lot of people, you're trying to process some kind of hurt, you're trying to process some kind of wound, or you're trying to heal your physical ailments as well. So a major focus on healing. You have a plan, you have something very significant in your mind, you want to work on it, but before you embark on that journey, you must take care of yourself. And this is what this Venus is bringing to you, the debilitation of Venus in the eighth house with Ketu. Let go of the very old, stale energy, thought process, living in the past, that kind of situation. Because it's a kind of a self-punishment if you keep things in your mind, certain memories, certain situations which are not so healthy for you. Getting rid of certain addictions is also important. It could be addiction related to food or anything that needs to happen, because moon rules over your daily life and your wellness. And then there's a partial lunar eclipse in Pisces, so it's about disconnect from something which is not very healthy for you. And then you will have Sun joining Ketu in Virgo this month, around mid of September. Sun rules over your connections, partnerships, public dealing. And that's why I was telling you there's a disconnect and you're drawn more inward. You're drawn inward, you're focusing on self, you're focusing on taking care of yourself. It's not just emotional change, but it's a very spiritual, soul level change happening. Addressing certain issues and resolving them from within, because maybe you're not finding any solution outside, so you're trying to make peace within. And then after that, Venus goes into ninth house in Libra on 18th of September, and it will be in its own sign. You have Saturn in its own sign in the first house as well. So it is very rewarding. It is going to bring luck and success in your professional journey. It brings everything back into harmony. How you were feeling out of focus, out of happiness here, nothing is in the right alignment in your life. Venus brings everything back into alignment, feeling much happy and satisfied with where you are. A lot of fulfillment comes through Venus. Mars in Gemini in the fifth house. There are arguments when it comes to the matters of love, romance, because Mars in Gemini and Mercury in Leo in the seventh house, it is leading to the difference in thought process, ideas. There is a need to face certain situations when it comes to work collaborations or partnership, like finding a solution to make more peace in a partnership or a connection, to find more balance in that situation. And yeah, Mars in Gemini in the fifth house is also about multitasking. Your focus is absolutely divided here into many things. And try not to deal with everything in a very impulsive manner, because for most of the time Mars is in Ardhara nakshatra this month, so don't try to deal with everything with anger or impulsive energy. You're draining a lot of emotional power, mental power here. For Pisces, your first house ruler Jupiter is right now in the Mrigashira nakshatra, third house. So there's definitely a lot of movement, hustle, travel, a lot of activities to accomplish something. You are really working very hard, and also there's some kind of problem solving happening for you. And then there's a lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse happening in the first house in Pisces, which leads to some kind of completion, some kind of ending, a task fulfilled, a task completed. But there is anticipation of how will be the result, How will be the success? Whatever I have done, is this bringing success? Is my purpose being fulfilled here or not? That kind of anticipation is there. But there is some reward. There is some success here with the full moon happening here in Pisces. And in the seventh house, there is Venus right now, which is debilitated. Venus is the eighth lord in the seventh house. It is the third lord as well. So, not a very easy period because Venus is with Ketu. So, there are certain arguments in love, partnership, marriage, work collaboration, which are not resolved. There's some issues which are not resolved, and also the other person is not taking the initiative to resolve it. There is lack of confrontation. Maybe you are the one who is telling the other person to face it, to resolve it, but the other person is in a silent mode. That person is not reciprocating and resolving the issue, not confronting it. So that leads to some agitation. And therefore, that full moon in the first house in Pisces and a partial lunar eclipse, you are taking this in your hands and you reach to some completion. Either you end it, either you resolve it, or you move ahead, you change your direction. A very powerful change happens here in the first and seventh house axis. And then very soon, Sun will reach to Virgo in the seventh house, sixth lord in seventh house, along with Ketu, which is about many changes. Number one, there is disconnect here from people or directly dealing with public, dealing with someone significant, because it's not bringing any solution, it's not bringing any change for you. So there's a major disconnect from people or a certain collaboration, something reaching to a halt, stagnation, because you are also stopping it. And Sun Ketu in the seventh house also shows how you deal with people, the interaction with the public in the daily life, how you connect with people, what you're going to face, how they are reacting to you, connecting to you. It will lead to a lot of self-awareness as well. You will come across what you need to change about yourself and how to work on yourself, what changes you have to do with respect to your work and your personality. Realization of certain truths will happen. And also Sun reaching to the seventh house with Ketu and Virgo, it's not a very easy transit when it comes to partnership and love. It is difficult because you have to face something very boldly. You have to acknowledge a truth, accept a truth very boldly. This is going to impact the business. If you are in a business, in a work collaboration, it will bring some stagnation here to resolve something. And then Venus goes into Libra after 18th of September. 8th lord in the 8th house. This indeed brings victory. It indeed resolves problems in love, partnerships. It brings a lot of strength and ability to bring things back into function. You are bringing everything into balance here. Even if there are some challenges, you are very productive and you're doing your things very well. And financial gain, sudden financial gain is promised for Pisces this month. Sudden opportunity coming in your way because Jupiter rules the 10th house and it's in the first house, full moon this month. So some work opportunity is definitely there. Victory over something challenging is happening. And for most of the time, Mercury in Leo in the sixth house, Mars in Gemini in the fourth house. You might be a bit agitated or angry this month, and you may take rash decisions as well. So you have to take care of your temper, you have to take care of your impulsive actions as well. Maybe you are upset over something and you are getting into arguments with your loved ones because of that. Fighting with people who are not responsible for how you are feeling. And sometimes it happens. We tend to fight with people who love us the most. So that is happening here. So take care of your anger. Try to get into some kind of physical exercise to release all of that intense energy.